Hey, it's Monica back here with some dreams from Jesus Christ. I'm super excited today because I've been praying specifically about Daniel's troubles in the Bible, and the Lord has given me confirmation after confirmation after confirmation with dreams, and I want to share those with you today. So I'm going to be reading from another device. Bear with me if I'm looking away from the camera a little bit. So Daniel was in the lion's den, right? In the Bible, he was sent to the lion's den. But God provided for Daniel even while he was in the lion's den. If you do your research, God sent an angel to communicate with, I think it was Habakkuk, and tell Habakkuk to bring Daniel some food in the lion's den. And Habakkuk didn't want to listen. So the angel took Habakkuk by the hair, if I remember correctly, and basically was like, I'm paraphrasing now, but basically was like, you're gonna deliver this food to Daniel in the lion's den, okay? And I'll bring this back up at the end of this video to bring it all together in the end. But my first dream was on September 5th. It was at 7:40 a.m. Actually, I'm sorry, I wrote here, I had a dream at 7 o'clock that we went into our car, which my car is not working right now. It's been down for about a year. I just don't have the necessary means to go to town in a second vehicle. I'm here with my grandma 24/7, and she can't be left alone, so I don't really leave the house, and so we never really fixed our second vehicle. And so in this dream, we're in our second vehicle that is not running right now, and this vehicle looks black when you look at it, but when you get closer, it's a metallic blue. It's a dark metallic blue. So we're in this vehicle. We went out in this car to see the floodwaters. It had been flooding in our area, and we wanted to see at what point we couldn't go any further. And so we drove out into the water's edge. We parked and got out of the vehicle. My husband left his driver's side door open. We got out of the car. We walked into the high waters, only like foot deep, not even ankle deep. We had shoes on, but it wasn't even enough to cover our shoes. Immediately, we saw a mama cow with two calves, and I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed the solid black calf, which, mind you, this calf was like 2 feet long and only a foot high, and they're not born that small unless it's some kind of mini cow. But this mama cow was not a mini cow, but her babies were miniature, and miniature enough for me to grab one. I grabbed a solid black calf, which was as small as a kid, and I put it in our car. And since my husband left his door open, I ran around the driver's side of the car. I threw the calf in through the driver's side, and then I got into the driver's side and sat in the passenger seat and let my husband get in to drive the car as usual. I'm not sure why I had this dream at that moment in time. It's not until my second and third dream that I realized why I had this dream. So, on to the second dream. I'm gonna call this the quail dream. We had like 17 quails, and slowly but surely they've been going missing. And so this dream, it says Thursday. Let me see what Thursday was. And it's saying Thursday was the 18th. So I had this dream on Thursday. Actually, once again, it's saying right here, I just remembered I had a dream about quails last night. So it would have been Wednesday the 17th, that night that I had the dream. I was outside on the porch, and as I'm looking around, I see one of our quails jumping around in the grass outside of their quail cage. And so I walk over there to put it back into its quail cage, and I bent down, I picked it up, and when I turned around, there was another quail standing right there, but it was not our quail. We've never owned a quail like this. It was a different breed, about 2 inches taller with the little feather right there. And it was just waiting to be rehomed to our cage. It wanted to be included with our quails. So I picked it up and I put it in our quail cage. Okay, the third dream was last night, okay? And well, this September 21st, I woke up at 3:45. That stands out to me because it's in order, 3:45. In this dream, I'm gonna call it fire everywhere dream. The address of the building ended in 1122, and I woke up at 3:45. This was a schoolhouse that also had living quarters, and it looked similar to like an apartment complex on the schoolhouse. So this place was evil. I could feel the tangible darkness all around me. In the spirit, I can hear a conversation about a teacher / employee being inappropriate after work hours while drinking with some friends. And then I woke up sweating so bad. And I went to the restroom, and when I come back to bed, I remembered that I was having this dream. I remember hearing a call coming into dispatch, 911, in the spirit. This old lady is crying because she can't get past her Rottweiler in her house. And this old lady, I don't know if anyone's ever seen that 70s show. I wasn't fond of it because of how provocative it was, but the mother in that 70s show is what this woman looked like, but much skinnier, like much skinnier. Her hair was similar, but she was crying on the phone to 911 because she was trying to get past her Rottweiler in their house to get out of the flames, but her Rottweiler was trying to attack her and kept growling at her, snaring through the flames rolling by. And keep in mind, this fire is not on the ground. It's not touching the ground. It's up in the air. It's hovered like 2 feet above the air. It's not touching the ground anywhere. Next, I see a man going to rescue a dog. And as he's approaching this dog, it's growling at him, and he tackles it with a towel to get it cooled off from the flames. And as he's wrapping this long snout brown dog in a towel, it's biting him over and over on his hand. While the dog is biting him, he's telling the dog, it's okay. It's okay. And they run towards safety. Next, I remember going to my own house, and I did not see any fire anywhere once I got home. I saw fire around my house, but not next to my house or in my house like everyone else had. So I'm peeking through this window right here. I'm peeking through this window, and I can see Maverick laying on the couch, and he's tossing and turning, but he's perfectly fine. And he's safe and sound. So I immediately woke up and rebuked the dream, because for one, I was so sweaty just from being around in the spirit realm in this dream. I was so hot. I could feel the flames, but they didn't touch me. They didn't hurt me. It reminds me of when God provided for Daniel in the lion's den. And we might see troubles, but he's still going to provide for us. And that little mini cow was little, but it was still going to provide meat for us. And that one little quail that was 2 inches higher was also going to reproduce for us. I'm sorry, I'm still sick. Allergies. And then once again in this fire dream, everybody else was having this fire touch them, and we didn't have the fire touch us. We were not injured or harmed from this. We were safe and sound. So just remember, Jesus is always with you and next to you. Have no fear. Jesus is always near. And turn to him. And some people say, oh, I do turn to Jesus for everything. But do you? Do you pray about every single little thing? Do you pray, should I go out and about in my car today, God? Where do you want me to go today, God? What do you want me to do today, God? How can I please you? What can I tell your people today, God? Keep that in mind. You say you are a Christian, so live like it. I hope this encouraged someone and blesses you, and you have a blessed and breezy day. Remember that we love you, but Jesus loves you much more. Bye.